Welcome students. Hope you all are well. I am Mrs. Deepti Joshi, your English teacher. Today we are going to understand the first poem of Unit 1, Where the Mind is Without Fear, from Standard 10th, SSC Board, Maharashtra. It is written before independence. I repeat, this poem is written before independence. It is a thought-provoking poem by Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore. He was a great poet, writer, singer, dramatist, and often refers to as the Bard of Bengali. Children, the Bard means poet, songster. The original poem is Chito Jetha Bhoy Shunyo. First, it is written in Bengali. The title was Chito Jetha Bhoy Shunyo. Later, it was translated into English and the title was Where the Mind is Without Fear. Written by Rabindranath Tagore himself. Later, this poem became a part of Gitanjali. What is Gitanjali, children? A collection of poems. And do not forget that Rabindranath Tagore got Nobel Prize for Gitanjali. The tone of the poem is serious and patriotic. In this poem, poet is sincerely praying to God. I repeat, in this poem, poet is sincerely praying to God to lead his countrymen as well as entire globe towards the heaven of freedom, where each and every citizen would enjoy. Heaven of freedom, freedom itself is a heaven, children, and we all want freedom. And obviously, if we get freedom, we enjoy. So, the poet is pleading to God that, "Oh God, lead my countrymen and entire globe towards heaven of freedom, where each and every citizen would enjoy what? Social freedom, political freedom, religious freedom, and intellectual freedom. And it should be in truest sense." Okay, so poet invokes God to guide his countrymen and prays to God to wake them up from the deep slumber. Deep slumber here means that people were still in the shackles of old orthodox customs. Okay, people were still believing in superstitions and they are not coming out of all such kind of orthodox customs, religions, caste, creed. Okay, and all these things were hampering their freedom. Okay, so let us start the poem. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. This is first line of the poem. Where the mind is without fear. Without fear means fearless mind. This means what? Mental freedom. When there is no fear in the mind. Okay? And what is the mental freedom means? Without fear, one can freely speak, write, roam, think. That is political freedom, religious freedom, social freedom, where one is not at all restricted for any action. Means total freedom. So when total freedom is there, then you are fearless. And then only your mind can do progressive act. And held is head high. And the head is held high. I want to ask you one question. When can we keep our head held high? Children, I want to ask you one question. When can we keep our head held high? Cut. And the head is held high. I want to ask you one question. When can we keep our head held high? We can keep our head held high only when we are going to follow these 5 points. First, when we hold our dignity. Children, dignity means controlled behavior in society. When we are going to behave properly in society, obviously we are going to hold our dignity. Second, we are free from oppression of all kind. Oppression means what? Cruelty. If we are free from cruelty, if we are free from subdued, then only we are going to keep our head held high, because we are not at all subdued by anyone. We are free. Third, when we believe in truth. Fourth, we abandon ourselves from harmful superstitions, traditions, customs and orthodox pattern that come like hurdle in the way of our progress. Means if we are going to abandon means leave behind. If we are going to leave behind all the superstitions, traditions, customs, orthodox patterns which comes in our progress, okay, then only we are going to keep our head held high, because we are going to be free from all these traditional customs, orthodox patterns and harmful superstitions, and truly since we are going to progress. Fifth, very important children, we should not get lowered in our own eyes. If we are not doing any wrong, we will never get lowered in our own eyes. Then obviously we are going to keep our head held high. Okay, now I'm going to. This is the second line of the poem, where knowledge is free. Children, knowledge overpowers ignorance. Knowledge overpowers ignorance. Here, poet dreams of a nation where knowledge is free to all. Why he dreams so? He dreams so because in India, in 19th century, women were not entitled to get education like men, and the same situation was there with lower caste people. So he dreams to get knowledge free for all. Meaning of this line, poet wants India to be a country where knowledge is free flowing. Free flowing means free to all, and not only just the sole prerogative. What is the meaning of prerogative? Means a special rights given to special people, and not only just the sole prerogative of few fortunate ones. Means knowledge should be not restricted to few people. It should, where the world has not broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words have come out from the depth of truth. These are the lines. Third line, where the world has not broken up into fragments. Broken up into fragments means small pieces. That is, a country should not be divided into small pieces due to narrow thoughts. Which thoughts? Narrow thoughts. a country. The poet means that a country should not divide into narrow thoughts, that is, thought related caste, thought related religion, thought related creed, superstitious beliefs, orthodox patterns. All these divide our country into small pieces. Second, narrow domestic walls. All these are caste, religion, creed, superstitious beliefs, orthodox patterns. These are narrow domestic walls which divide our country into pieces. Third, the depth of truth means where the words come out from the depth of truth. This means moral awakening, inner conscience, from where you get decision, from where you get a decision power of right and wrong, that what is right, what is wrong. That is called inner conscience, moral awakening. Poet wishes, he prays that his countrymen should be honest, rational, that is logical thoughts. His countrymen should have logical thoughts, hardworking, open-minded, progressive, industrious. All these qualities should be there in his countrymen so that they can be out of fear. And when one person is out of fear, then obviously he is free from mind. He is free to do anything. He enjoys his freedom. The poet prays that his country would not be divided and fragmented, means small pieces. Country would not be divided and fragmented into pieces due to their narrow thoughts. Whose narrow thoughts? People's narrow thoughts. His countrymen, here his means poet, his countrymen should express their words not from the mind but from the depth of truth and heart. That is moral awakening. Moral awakening means inner conscience. Words should come out from the depth of the truth, means they should be honest, they should be rationalist, they should be hardworking, they should truthful, open-minded. Poet urges God to guide his countrymen for moral awakening, to fight for their rights against British inhuman rules. Inhuman means cruel. Liberate them. What do you children here liberate means? To set someone free. Liberate them means to set his countrymen free from the fear of oppression. Because in 19th century, before freedom, we were feeling fear of oppression. We were under pressure. We were under the shackles of British rule. Free from oppression. Here poet urges God to set his countrymen free from repression. Repression means to force someone. When we force someone, that comes repression. So he prays to God that set my country people free from repression. And subjugation. Subjugation means poet prays to unshackle. Unshackle means to release the chains of fear and direct them. Them here refers to people to the path of progress and prosperity. Poet wants his countrymen to inculcate sincerity and truthfulness within them so that fear does not exist. Line number 6. Where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. The meaning of tireless striving means continuous efforts, that is hard work. Then stretches its arms. Stretches its arms means aims at achieving a goal. When we do continuous efforts, we have a goal. Then only we work hard for that. Okay, explanation. Poet wants his countrymen to be sincere and truthful. He here poets, he dreams that each of his countrymen are honestly putting their non-stop efforts to break all the evil shackles. Shackles, I explained you earlier, means chains. When we are cuffed, handcuffed, okay. Evil shackles, that is chain of narrow domestic dead habits. Narrow domestic means division, discrimination of caste, creed. Dead habits, old tradition, ritual, customs. And tirelessly striving, working hard, continuous efforts to attain perfection, that is ever widening thought and action. Continuous efforts to attain perfection means our goal to attain freedom, which is equivalent to heaven. Okay, that is ever widening thought and action. Now this is 7th line of the poem, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way. Clear stream of reason means clear thinking, think logically and use reasons. When we are free from oppression, oppression means suppression, cruelty of all kinds. When we are free from suppression, cruelty, and where knowledge is free for all, this knowledge would help us to widen our thoughts by abandoning all forms of superstitious beliefs, and then logical reasoning, that is clear thinking, takes place. Children, please take note of it that when we are free from oppression, when knowledge is free, then knowledge would help us to widen our thoughts. What happens when our thoughts are widened? Superstitious beliefs, they eradicate, they remove, okay? And instead of superstitious belief, logical reasoning takes place. That is, clear thinking takes place. The next line, into the dreary desert sand of dead habits. Dreary means dull or repetitive. Desert sand are old habits. Here in the poem, desert sand means old habits. Dead habits means these tradition, ritual and customs. So, on the other hand, poet imagines habit to be dead desert sand. Here in the poem, poet imagines habit to be desert sand and says that clear stream of reason, that is logical thinking, has not lost its way. No matter how strong Indian tradition, custom, rituals are, okay, but Indian logical thinking will never lose, never go away. People ask, poet ask and prays to God to lead his countrymen forward into ever widening thoughts and action, which will lead his brothers towards intellectual freedom. Now I come upon the last 3 lines, okay, that is line number 9, 10 and 11. Line number 9, where the mind is led forward by thee. Thee here refers to God. Now poet is praying to God and asking something into ever widening thought and action. into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Led forward means move ahead. Where mind is led forward, move ahead by God. Mind is moving ahead. Who is moving ahead? God. So he is praying to lead forward. Okay? Lead forward, move ahead. D. God. Ever widening, broad, open-minded. Broad action, open-minded thoughts. Now explanation. Heaven of freedom. The meaning of heaven of freedom here, free from all. Heaven of freedom. The meaning of heaven of freedom is free from all do's and don'ts. Condition of total freedom, where fear does not exist. This is the actual meaning. Let my country awake means let people come out of all social evils, come out of all social evils and accept the upcoming challenges and progressive thoughts. Let my country awake. Let my country awake means they are sleeping in their deep sleep. And poet is praying to God that let people come out of all social evils and let them accept the upcoming challenges and progressive thoughts. The last 3 lines depicts that poet is praying to God to lead his countrymen so that they broaden the horizon of both their thoughts and their actions. So he is praying to God to help them to broaden their thoughts and actions. If they were to do so, then India would be transformed into heaven. If his countrymen will do so, means if they are going to come out of social evils, if they are going to come out from social evils and accept the upcoming challenges and progressive thoughts, then definitely India would be transformed into heaven, where all citizens would be truly free. Thank you.